welcome to Laughing Monkey Music Show. Today I'm Reggie Wu from Heaven's Edge. You guys got a new album out. This is exciting, man.
So exciting. We are thrilled.
You got the album. I think you guys have probably beat Guns N' Roses for the longest album between albums put together. I'm just
That's
kidding.
for
You guys
sure.
weren't actually working on the album. It was just a joke.
No, I know. We pretty much thought it was, that was it. We were done, and Frontiers approached us, 2 or 3 years ago, right when the pandemic hit, and they said, would you be interested in doing a record? And I was just like, talk to the guys, and we're like, why not? What do we got to lose?
Yeah.
And I guess my main concern is, there's just there's the internet people, that just trash. There's always the people just trashing stuff. I'm just like, can I endure all that? But so far, it's been wonderful.
It's really only 20 people that do it on the entire internet. It's just 20
Okay.
people that are really unhappy. You just have different screen names and then different emails because you can change them. I don't really think there's a lot of people. The
Uh,
majority of people are quiet. The 99.9%,
yeah.
are the quiet ones. Yeah, you can't read your press. It's not good. This
No.
album is and here's the thing with my shows. I like to work and I talk to people, fans, music I like, artists I like. I want to promote stuff I like. So you're gonna hear a lot of good stuff from me because I'm not the negative guy. I just don't want why put the energy there. So
Thank you.
it, and following that, I've loved your albums before, and I got the release hit me. And last time we had spoken, you were working. I think you were working on your deal with Frontiers. It was you guys were still.
Yes.
You hadn't mentioned it yet. You said you were kind of trying to flesh out some kind of deal or
Right. Right.
something.
Right.
And so I knew there's something happening. So, but I was very surprised and happy when in my box, when my email box, I had the link to the new album, the whole thing.
Now that's awesome. Is that how it works?
For some of us, it does.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, it's get it right. I got my note here. May 12th. We're talking
Yes.
the industry term for to drop to stream for everybody. Not too far away,
Nope. Nope.
but
Nope. Not too far. Coming right up.
what could have been as a single, right?
Could have been was first video. The first,
Yeah.
well, we released Had Enough. That was just a lyric video, just to
Yeah.
reintroduce ourselves. Like, hey, we're back. And then we released what could have been as our first video in 33 years, our first real video. We've had a couple live videos out there through the
Yeah.
years, and we tried to get a video for when the lights go down. That came out
Hmm.
Wednesday, and we just haven't been able to put together. So we're going to shoot one hopefully next month for that. And
You have so
just
many good songs on this album. You really do. I mean, it's a very poppy album too. I think it's got like crossover appeal actually, considering that
oh, that's awesome. I mean,
and,
with
yeah,
Mark has always written like very catchy stuff, and if that's what makes it poppy. It's just he's just the king of writing catchy stuff, and that's why I love writing with the guy.
right. I think before it was like rock. You've called melody back in the day. It was like rock slash pop. But I actually think at some point it's more pop on some of these songs with the rock and guitars and the heavy background. But the songs could be regular pop radio. A couple of these songs right off the bat. I mean, and that's not an insult. It's a good. Is it nothing but goodbye? Uh, and what could have been or like
That features Steve, and I mean he just played his ass off, with the slide. We figured we
yeah.
try to do a little bit of everything with this, and that one, Steve, on our first record we had Is That All You Want, and that with his big slide solo. So we figured
Mhm.
we'd carry over to this one with that same thing.
It's tasteful because it comes in and out in the beginning. It doesn't overdo the song, but there's some songs that come out there. They just sound like they're total. Like I could just hear like the soundtrack for some of these things, like some California. You know what I'm saying? Like is it like what could have been also like those are huge pop songs. So
Oh, that's awesome! Thank you.
I was excited to see it and hear it. So when I got it in my email box, I like listened to it all day long. It's like this is awesome. I got to talk to
Uh,
Reggie maybe before the rest of the people actually get their hands on it and see how great this is and realize it is. Because it is, it's good. What was the process for you guys? Did you have to do it remotely and then get together, or because it was
well,
started in
me and
COVID,
Mark
right?
have never stopped. Yeah, we yes, it was written during COVID. Me and Mark have never stopped writing, so thank God we had a little bit of stuff to pull from. We did have to write a lot of new stuff. Went through a lot of old stuff even from back then. None of it made the cut. But there's the what could have beens that have been written in the last 10 years, and maybe what could have been like 12 years, but we had some stuff to pull from. We brought Jacob Bunning in. Jacob Bunning is just a wonderful talent. Like the guy's amazing, and just to
He is.
reshape our focus, we're out of the loop. We need help. Help us, you know. And he came in and just refocused. Hey, this could use a little bit of this. Added some stuff, took away some stuff. The guy's he's a genius. I'm like, oh my
He's a
god, why?
secret. Yeah, he's a secret weapon. I don't think enough people know about him. I think
Uh,
you know,
just wonderful, wonderful. I can't wait to work with him on the next record. To write some songs together with him, and he was just wonderful. So, but what had happened is in the old days we would record these songs, and we literally down to the drum fills. Like I would program on my little Dr. Rhythm, hand them to the band. Everybody would learn their parts, and that's how the songs were. This we really only had skeletons of songs. Just we didn't even have the songs put together. Verse, chorus, and this song needs a solo section. We got to still come up with it. So it was this. We would go in with the band at the rehearsals, and everybody would just add what they thought. So this album is truly a band record. Like everybody added their stuff. Dave's just like, I'm not going to play your cheesy little drum things that you always do. I'm going to do my own thing. And it's like, absolutely. Jaron, he was out on the road with the Life Project and Lynch Mob. He's in so many projects. He actually was sending his files back, on the road. And me and Steve did say, hey, let's make it more of a dual guitar thing. How about I'm right and you're on the left, kind of like the Aerosmith thing. Like the first
yeah,
records, I think it's just like layered. We're all playing exactly the same thing, and just it's just a wall of guitars coming at you, all playing
yeah.
the same thing. This one here is more like you can hear what I'm doing over here, you can hear what Steve's doing over there, and so it's been much more fun. Steve, like I said, took some solos this time. First time around it was more me, and this time I just feel like it's just better this way.
It feels fuller. I mean, the album feels like it feels huge. Even when it's turned down, it feels like it's loud. Like it just
Uh,
feels, and that's a production thing. That goes to to Jacob because it sounds
Right.
so
Well,
big.
Jacob was the production, I mean, producing, but from the sound wise, Dave Piron, he's our secret weapon. He from Wombat Studios, the guy just the tones he was getting with the guitars and the amps
Mhm.
and just with just putting everything together, the tones were like massive. It would just be like this massive wall of sound. So Dave is like our secret weapon, and then he just had everything put together. Such a fun process.
Well, and kudos to him because I mean, if you listen to the album now, I don't know how to say this. So like people get upset like the classic album, you can never touch it. A lot of times you shouldn't redo an album. So if someone says, "Hey, how do you like the new album, the Heaven's Edge?" You say, "Well, if you like the first album, well, yeah." You can say, "Well, on some level, that's a classic and it has a spot in your heart." But I'd almost say this album's even kind of better on some levels because it's produced better. The songs just sound better. It just feels like it's a overall more cohesive thing. And I
Oh,
like the
Sean,
first
that's
album.
awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like
That's,
it's hard. It's
yeah.
hard to say in a way where it's like it's not a dig because you can't do them side by side. It's not fair because whatever. It's not even the songwriting. It's just something about it. Like I really feel like the evolution. It's really kind of unbelievable, actually, that you guys like haven't done anything in so long and came out saying like way. No one sounds like a little rusty or the songs are kind of cookie cutter. Literally feels like you guys just been doing this for like 20 years like, since then and just working on on these songs. Like I'm writing songs and practicing because it feels like the levels there. And also, I'll be honest with you, you really couldn't dial it in. It's COVID, and I've talked to a lot of bands.
Uh,
I can't believe how many good albums have come out this year from bands from the 80s and 90s because of COVID. They all had time to go back and make their best album since like their first one or something. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. That you might be onto something.
You don't have an
That could
excuse.
be one.
Everyone's at home. Their spouses are like, "Dude, you just need to go somewhere else and work on your album or something."
Yes,
I'm used to you for like a weekend, but that's it.
I,
And there's been some
I didn't even think
strong
of that,
things,
but you're
man.
probably right on.
And
So
so,
that's pretty cool.
yeah, the competitions. I mean, it's a good year for a rock band, I'll tell you that, because all these great albums are coming out. And it doesn't hurt that I think that all you guys, because you guys do the cruises, you guys do that play out.
Yeah, we do the
You know, the
monster rock
festivals,
cruises.
and it's become a lot more of a community. I think I've missed some of the, I haven't gone to some of these, but the rock community feels like it's kind of gotten tighter. Bands have gotten tighter, kind of like a high school type of thing where everyone's like, you know, each other. It's not
Right.
competition. Everyone's got their lives. It's like, hey, go have fun, brother. Like here, you know, it's really been a lot. It's not perfect, and I know everyone doesn't always get along, but for the most part, it's not the same anymore. And it's everyone's cheering for each other. So the fact these albums are coming out now is just great. Do you have a list of songs you're going to do? Do you guys have some ideas you have to share for some singles? We are you going like how you going to try getting them out there with tour a little bit, some singles,
Um,
festivals.
yeah, I mean, obviously, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna shoot a video for When the Lights Go Down. That'll be
Mhm.
the next thing. I'd love to shoot a video for Gone, Gone, Gone. That's like one of my favorite ones off the record.
Yep.
Um, but I mean, we'll see what it's in the budget. We got a couple shows planned, and like I said, we just get out there and see. In the old days, we would be playing every weekend, so you could kind of see what people liked.
Yeah.
And then you kind of build your set and your album off of that. Here, it was just like you just strictly have to do it off of what we liked. So hopefully we chose some of the right songs. Had enough. We want to come out heavy. We didn't want, and that's heavy for us. I know it's not
Yeah.
really that heavy, but it's heavy for us. But we just want to show everybody, hey, we still rock. A little bummed that the two singles after that were a little more mellow, because the rest of the album rocks. There's like
It
some
does.
rock
Yeah.
stuff on there. But from a commercial standpoint, the two that we released, they are our most commercial ones out there on this record.
You think so? So you think Had Enough and What Could Have Been are the most commercial?
No, what could have been and When the Lights Go Down.
Okay.
I feel like those are much more commercial than well, I can't even think of. I'm
I
not the
think Gone,
one.
Gone, Gone. I think you are right, but I also think Nothing Left But Goodbye is real. It really could hit a spot. Actually, for a
Yeah, we
single.
love that. I love Beautiful Disguise. I love
Yeah. Yeah.
the,
I'm
the
just talking commercial for everybody. Like was really going to grab people. Actually,
right.
Lives is really interesting too. Lives could be interesting. Could be a hit or miss with a single. Could be really big or really not.
Yeah,
because
right.
either you're going to get it, you're not going to get it. I get it, but I mean, like it's so good. It's probably the most different too. I think for you guys, at least for me, it feels. You know,
I think that's a good thing. Like, I
it
also
is.
feel like the album has a lot of sides to it. It's not like one sound. Like
Mm-hmm.
it goes from a ballad to something like "I'm Not the One," which is super heavy.
Yeah.
To something "Dirty Little Secrets," which is more poppy. And then more "Beautiful Disguise" is more dockany, just for lack of a better word.
Yep.
And so I feel like there's a little bit there for everybody. Hopefully people will like it.
Now, are you guys all going to be able to play together? Because I know, like you said, the bass players elsewhere. Everyone's doing different things. Are you going to be able to do shows
Yeah.
together still?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, our shows are planned. I mean, we hope we want it to be the five of us, and that's the plan. And Jaron's probably the busiest of all of us, and well, we're all busy. But Jaron's, he's actually out on the road. The guy's the hardest. Like we had a couple of rehearsals. The kid drove in one rehearsal. He drove from Oklahoma to New Jersey. I'm like, that's insanity. You drove from Oklahoma?
Does he know there's such a thing as a plane?
Yeah, he drove. I don't know what the reason
Wow.
was for it. And I'm just like, another rehearsal. He came from like South Carolina. I'm like, that's insane. Like holy
Jeez.
cow. I know. So the dedication's there, which is just wonderful. And we'll just plan some shows. Like one, me personally, I can only speak for me. Like I'm working. I have a kid in college. I'm working 12-hour days.
Yeah.
I'm doing so the Heaven's Edge is more of the side piece, rather than when we were growing up. It was all about it. There was nothing else
Right.
in the world. So right now, let's just have some fun and just go do our thing. That's what I want to do.
Well, yeah. I mean, but I also think that with the economy, and it was really good. I think it's good for you actually because a lot of bands are doing more of the weekend things, and it's become more profitable. And traveling, flying in for these flying gigs has been a better deal because
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
it's easier for you and it's less travel and you probably make more money than playing three clubs trying to get gas money back in the
right,
day
right.
between big gigs. Where now you can go, this is my budget, the room's already taken care of, everything's taken care of. I play my 45-minute, my hour-long set. I have fun. I see my other
Yep.
friends that play bands.
Yeah,
I jam out. I have fun with the fans. It's a fun thing. I get paid.
yeah.
That
For
doesn't
for
suck.
us, it's like we get to go, the Monsters of Rock. We get to go pretend we're rock stars for 4 days. It's just fun. Like and then it's back to reality when you get home, back to the grind. But at least we get to look forward to those little things, which is just awesome.
Do your kids listen to rock?
My daughter, at the beginning, she was mortified. I showed her the MTV video, and she's like, "Turn it off, turn it off." Why are you moving like that? But uh, now she loves me. She's my biggest supporter, and the boys couldn't care less. We brought them to London. I said to my youngest after we got done playing, "What'd you think? What'd you think of Daddy?" I don't know, but I just beat my Minecraft record. He played the video game the whole time. Like, okay.
Great comment. It's funny. Keeps you grounded though, right?
Yeah,
Nobody does
it's
that,
all
right?
good.
You're like, yeah, I did awesome.
Yeah,
You people are, and you're like, oh yeah, right. Just Minecraft.
yeah. My
It's always
my
fun.
middle son Brandon loves jazz, so we're the furthest thing from jazz. So it's good. It's like, what hour? It doesn't matter to me.
But that's pretty funny though. I mean, there's a lot of bands I've done it. They take their kids on tour and they're like, "What do you think?" And I know they had like the biggest like number one song, and the kids are like, they're happy because they got laminates and they can go anywhere backstage with their skateboards or something. Like they don't get like, you know, Dad's got number one album.
Yeah, yeah. So it is what it is. It's all good.
That's awesome. So so actually you're still Philly based, right? So that's where all your gigs are going to be.
Still Philly based, yes.
Are you going to be doing more gigs in
Drummer,
Philly?
yeah. Well, we just did the Brooklyn Bowl. That's where we shot the video. That was in January, and we're looking maybe this fall or early next year. To do one local show a year. I think we are with um, Rough House. They were another Columbia band, Rough House
Yep.
slash T. We're doing a show with them sometime in August, up by their way. I guess that's up by the Allentown area, up in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
I think it's the place called Frenchtown. That could be in Jersey, but it's up north somewhere. And other than that, and then we have Germany, and that's all we have booked right now.
I was hoping for a little bit higher up the coast, up like New England area.
Yes, actually, we just got an offer from John Kibble, who's our good friend, to maybe go do his New England Fest. So we might be doing that. I shot out an email a text to the guys, and
Yep.
we'll see. We'll see. That's in October, and
Yep.
he's a good guy, and maybe we can do that. We'll see. So the hardest thing is gearing around everybody's schedule. Like I said, Jaron, his lynch mob's got to take precedent over everything because that's like
Bread and
he's
butter.
with George Lynch, my God. You know what I mean? Like George Lynch, heaven's edge, got to do George Lynch, and Dave, our drummer, Dave is just, starting his own label. He was with Roadrunner for 25 years, went over to Sumerian for a couple months, got the offer of a lifetime from the old owner of Roadrunner to back
Yeah.
him to start his own label. I mean, that's just phenomenal. So now he has his own label, Blue Grape. They just signed their first band, Code Orange, and they're
Oh,
hitting the
Core
road
Orange,
running.
that's the band everyone's been talking about, huh? Like it's been
Yeah,
a hot band everyone's been talking
yeah,
about. Yeah,
yeah. So he got them. I mean, that's a big fish he caught there,
it
and
is.
so happy for him. And Steve's doing his thing. Mark's got his thing going. We got a lot of things are going. And but we'll figure it out. We'll get in there somehow.
Because you teach all the time, right? You're a full time
Just
teacher.
yeah, that's all I do. 7 days a week I teach.
Really?
Yep. And
Holy Toledo.
I know. I'm so grateful that I get to do it, and I get to sit here in my house with my family and my puppies. There's one of them right there, and I get to you know be home. So and I get to have a guitar in my hand all day. I'm not jamming like it's on stage, but at least I have a guitar in my hand.
Now, can people actually get lessons from you?
Yep,
How do we
yep.
do
I
that? Let's
teach.
talk about that a little bit so people
Just
can reach out.
you just look. I'm on Facebook. Just look me up and send me a message, and we'll put together the schedule. And it's with now that I've learned about virtual, because I didn't know anything about virtual pre-COVID.
Yeah.
I teach all over. I had a student in Colombia. I had my buddy Trevor in Calgary, up in Canada. And it's just opened up the world as far as teaching. I got my buddy Ron, who's out in Pennsylvania somewhere, and so it's not we're not limited to you have to be here.
What makes it special because you can get the guitar players and guitar teachers you want. So you're not just the guy down the street, which may not be a good or bad thing, but you can put the time into the guitar player and the guitar style you want because we all
Right.
learn differently.
Yeah. And everybody's doing it. Like, I took, a lesson, and I hopefully will do a couple more from Joe Holkstra, He's
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
And it's funny. He's like, let's see what you got. And then, I played a C chord. I could barely move my fingers. I was so nervous.
Now
And
that's crazy. I'm sorry.
you
Yeah,
know, and he's like, I got you. He starts writing down all this really elementary stuff, and I'm like, oh boy, he thinks I suck. But I picked it up fast, and he, got some harder stuff in there. It was awesome.
Is it now like it's kind of weird though, because and I don't think any guitarists have done it. Like when a musician, and because it's just I mean with this topic, but even like Neil Peart would go on and learn from other people too. Like other musicians learning from other
Oh,
musicians.
you never stop learning. I mean, I
And
drive my family nuts. I'm down there on the piano. I hated piano growing up, by the way. I wanted to play the guitar. I moved out of my parents' house when I was 16 and did not get a piano until I was 34. So those 18 years are when I really went crazy with the guitar. But now, ever since I got a piano at age 34, I haven't missed a day. I'm down there just trying to decipher Chopin. Liszt is my new jam or whatever. Like I'm just like fascinated. I'm like, God, these guys wrote these songs probably by like candlelight. It's like amazing. That this came out of somebody's head. And I'm fascinated. So I'm big time back into the classical piano,
I love
which
classical.
my
There's actually
mom, my, my mom would be thrilled about.
they actually have an app now on another site app on Apple. It's just it's like like iTunes or whatever, but it's just classical music. And it
Oh,
actually
really?
teaches you. It goes through, it has all kinds of breakdowns of new music, who's coming out, different breakdowns, introduction to it if you don't know much about it. I've been starting to relearn about it
Oh,
because I don't know a lot about it because I enjoy it, but I don't know enough about
okay.
it. So it's really cool. I mean,
Right,
there's a lot.
right.
Classical's awesome. There's so much to it. And
It's
it's
it's just
heavy.
amazing. It's amazing. I'm doing La Campanella from List right now. I think I'm on page 5, and it's 18 pages. I'm like, I hope I finish this before I die. I mean, I'm just like, God, it's so long. I just take a little bit at a time. Try to, if I can give half hour, 45 minutes a day. Like I start my day in the morning. I get down here, work out, and go down and play the piano. And that's what I do. And then I get my day started teaching by 8 o'clock in the morning,
Wow, pretty dedicated. You probably teach all day until
all
late.
day. And I'm blessed. Like I said, I'm so grateful that I have students that will come, and it's become my life. And that's where it ended up. But that's what that song "What Could Have Been" is. It's about like it's not what could have been if we became rock stars and became rich and famous. It's like had we become rock stars, we would not have our families. We would not have my career. Everything worked out exactly the way it was supposed to be, and that's
Right.
the way.
And if you look back,
Everything's for a reason. We got.
I would say the one good thing about that is on that topic is it's even probably better because if you look back at 95% of the guys that were doing music, they not only did they not get anything, they ended up with nothing. You know what I mean? Whereas you're still doing music, you're healthy, you have a family. I mean, you got everything, and you're still doing music.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm just thanking the Lord that I have this.
now an extra cash would be good. I mean, who wouldn't want to be able to like buy an island or something? How come people aren't
Yeah,
buying islands? By the way, like you get this money, no one's bought an island except for like I don't know, like
I
Johnny
think I
Depp or
think
somebody.
Nicholas Cage bought something like that. No, he bought a pyramid. Never mind.
Pyramid. I wouldn't buy a pyramid. Who would eat that air condition that thing? No, but
Yeah.
like it
What do you do with the pyramid? Hey, you guys want to meet at the pyramid tonight and we'll have a beer?
it does sound like a club.
Yeah.
It's but the point is like I mean like even a lot of those successful musicians, if you look back, besides they're insulated, they're not. It's not the same kind of like healthy family lifestyle. You know what I mean? Besides they
Right.
got a lot of cash, but there's a lot of things that they didn't get. So it's like
Right.
you know what I mean? Feels like you
I
got to
my
get both.
drummer my drummer always said it perfect. He said, we have the best of both worlds. We got to have a little peak at behind the curtain, as he put it, and
Hmm.
see what and as much as we all think that we failed and that we didn't become rich and famous, that's not what it's all about. We got to have a little success, but yet we got to raise our families, like you just said, um, and and do these shows these days. Of course, we're not headlining, the headlining spot, but maybe we'll work our way back up the ladder a little bit.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be famous. Yeah, you're infamous. No, you're But like we were talking last year, I didn't know you had any albums coming out, but now it's from an album. How far back you made a mark to me? You know what I'm saying? So like, you did something that made a lasting impression on people, which is more than anything. And nowadays, what's popular? What Because you have the most likes on Instagram, you're popular. You're not going to play a club. You're not going to sell at a club because you have a lot of likes. So it's all
Right.
relative at this point. What is popular and what isn't? I think the fact that you can be honest with yourself and do an album like this, a little drop a hint on this one. May 12th, guys, get it right. Because you guys got it
That's
right.
right. I'm psyched.
There are no
I'm
stinkers on
psyched.
this album.
I
So,
can't wait for everybody to hear it.
right. So anyway, let's real quick before we go. So just want to let you know, people come out, check out the album. There's, like I said, there's no stinkers, beginning to end, full album. It's awesome.
You're the best, Sean. Thank you.
You're the best, man. Thank you for coming on. We'll talk again after the album's been out for a while. We'll talk again. Thanks, man.
Sounds
You have a
great,
good
Sean.
day.
You have
Take
you
care.
have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you.
That's right.